Wyllie. Welcome to my mental health channel, where I wipe away the stigma of mental illness by talking about my own personal struggles, having borderline personality disorder, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety and panic attacks, depression. I talk about narcissism and my narcissistic mother. I talk about schizophrenia and my paranoid schizophrenic father, who I wrote a whole book about. Life with my schizophrenic father. The link is down below, along with all my other book links. I talk about my unethical psychologist that sexually abused me and exploited me. And I've written many books about them as well, and the links and private emails are in the books down below. Now, I only come on as a former patient of almost 20 years. I am not a licensed therapist. I do not hold a degree in psychology, so I cannot diagnose you or give you a professional opinion. All I ask in turn of you, please, is show respect and kindness in the comments. Be kind and respectful to me and to other people who comment. We don't need to agree on everything. Variety is the spice of life. But we always need to show each other respect and kindness. Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome. Stick around, take a chance. Hit that little box in the lower right-hand corner that says subscribe. That way you will always be notified every time I put a new video out. It's 100% free. Feel free to comment. I will always answer your comments back. I appreciate everyone that shares and opens up. You don't have to, no pressure, but I always welcome that. And today's video is, how many people have seen the movie Inside Out 2? I have. I seen Inside Out 1 as well. So I seen both of them. I'm sure they're going to come out with another one, Inside Out 3. Well, today's video focuses on the emotion anxiety. What does anxiety look like? If anyone has seen the movie, the girl Wyllie, who is a hockey player in the movie, and hockey is very important to her, is in puberty now. So she's going through a whole new set of emotions. Not just the old ones, which she has, the sad, the happy, joy, sad, angry or mad. Now she's got a whole new set because she's in puberty to deal with, like boredom, jealousy, and guess what? Anxiety. And I really could relate to this movie a lot because I have severe anxiety disorder. I have severe panic attacks. I know what it's like to live with crippling anxiety and fear. And so I thought it would be good to mention this movie because anxiety plays a big role in the movie Inside Out 2. I highly recommend that movie for you to go to rent or buy, or I don't even know if it's still playing out in the movie theaters. Is it? I'm not sure. I think it's been out for many months. So, what does anxiety look like in the movie? Anxiety is the one trying to take over, the control panel. Anxiety is the one always worried about the future. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if I foul up again? What if those popular girls, what are they called? What are those girls? The Firehawks. That's the group of popular girls who do really well in the hockey with the red in their hair, fire. That she wants to be just like. She thinks if she's friends with these girls, then she'll do really well in hockey. She goes to a summer camp, a hockey summer camp, and she gets, the very popular girl who's a great hockey player there. She tries to befriend her. And in the process of having all this anxiety, she kind of leads her other friends, lets them down, leads them astray, doesn't really want nothing to do with them because, She feels a nerd. She feels like she's a nerd herself. She feels she's not good. She feels she'll never fit in. She's a failure. She's not going to do well. The coach doesn't like her, and she has all this anxiety. Her anxiety makes her lose a sense of herself, the good person that she was before she let her anxiety take over the control panel. You'll understand this if you watch the movie. She was a kind friend. She said, I'm a good friend, because she made friends with a girl one time who stood up in class to talk about a project, and she spilled all these coins all over the floor in embarrassment. That's another new emotion that comes up, embarrassment. And the girl just felt so flustered and embarrassed, and that she spilled all these coins when she's given a presentation in front of her peers in the classroom. Wyllie goes to her aid and starts helping her pick up, and then another girl goes to her aid, and they all become like a trio, a threesome of friends. But then when they all went to the hockey camp, she didn't want to hang around her old friends because she didn't think they were cool. She wanted to hang around the popular girls, the Firehawks, because she thought that they would take her in, and then they were really good at the sport, good at hockey, and she could emulate them and become one of them and be a great hockey player. But she also learned a lot, and I'm not going to tell you all about the movie, but it really focuses a lot on anxiety. Anxiety is one of the major focuses on this movie, and the major force behind Riley's loss of self, why she questions everything, and she was fearful of everything, and she didn't trust herself anymore. And she did things out of fear, out of anxiety. Anxiety led her down a not so healthy path. Led her down to doing things that weren't exactly kind and considerate and respectful of others, like ignoring her friends, her old friends, and hanging out with the cool group, the in group. She even denounced herself, because when the cool girl came over to her, like the leader, and she asked where she's from, she lied about where she was from, just because she didn't want to. The cool girl thought she came from another state, and she didn't want to say that she was wrong, so she lied, and she said yes. I forget if it was Michigan or what it was. So another thing that she did was she snuck into the coach's room and went through her personal notebook and found out that her coach said she's not ready yet. She doesn't have all the skills required to be a great hockey player. And these are things that she didn't feel good about herself doing, but her anxiety got the best of her. It took over her, and she lost her, herself, her core person, who she was. She was a good person, a kind person. She was a good friend, and she lost those, parts of herself because of her anxiety to succeed so much, and fear of being a failure. And this happens a lot when we're growing up, especially in adolescence. It's really a really hard time. We're really trying to fit in. All we want to do is fit in. I think we always want to fit in, not just in adolescence, but especially in adolescence, because we fear that, people aren't going to like me if I show who I really am to those Firehawk girls, those really good hockey players, if I really show, what kind of music I like, what kind of friends I have, then they'll think I'm uncool. They'll think I'm a geek. That they won't like me. They won't accept me for who I am. So I have to pretend. And what she did, she pretended to be someone else to fit in, so she could feel cool, feel like she belongs, feel accepted into the group. And this was all driven by, anxiety. Anxiety was at the control panel taking over. And I don't think it's good to let any one of your emotions take over, actually, whether it's anger, sadness, boredom. That was another one. Anxiety. So you have to, try to deal with each one of these parts of yourself and not let any one of these parts take over completely. Even joy, because, no one can be happy all the time, right? It's impossible for us to be happy all the time. If we just went around like this, like a Pollyanna, I don't think we would accomplish much, But joy is a very much a part of life, as well as all the other ones. I mean, they're all part of who we are. They all make up who we are. But anxiety is worry about the future, and that you saw this a lot in this movie. Depression is when you're worried and upset about the past. So depression is your past, and anxiety is your future worry. And what we got to do is try to stay focused on the present moment. What can we do on the present, right now, in the present time, instead of worrying ahead? Just focus right here. What I have right here, like, for instance, with me, what am I doing right now? I'm doing this video with you. I'm doing a video talking about Inside Out 2, about what anxiety is really like, and how it can take over, and how it did in this movie. Now, if I was sitting here not focused entirely on this video that I'm doing with you, my train of thought would be lost. I'd be thinking like, oh goodness, did I shut the iron off? I'm gonna burn the house down. Oh, what do I have to buy at the grocery store? Because I'm going grocery shopping after I do this video. Gee, what am I gonna make for dinner tonight? What am I gonna get? You see what I'm saying? So if I start worrying about this, that, and the other thing, did I shut the iron off? I'm gonna burn the house down. What am I gonna make for dinner tonight? What am I gonna buy? I need the ingredients for what I'm gonna make for dinner tonight. I don't even know what I'm gonna make. If I start worrying about all these things, then I can't be focused here with you in this moment for this video. My train of thought would be, I'd be scatterbrains. I'd be all over the place, and I'd be like, what? Oh, what was I saying? Huh? So it's very important to just stay present for your anxiety. Stay present in what you can do right now, and not jump ahead all these steps, into the future. All right? Just stay focused on what you can do right now. Right now, I'm doing this video, or whatever it is that you're doing in the moment. Because if you are letting anxiety take the driver's seat, then you're not going to, whatever you're doing is going to, pay the price. Whether it's a video I'm doing for you guys, or whether it's work I'm doing in an office, or if I'm distracted with my children, or whoever, it's not going to get my full attention, are they? So it's really, your relationships are going to suffer. Like in that movie, her relationships with her best friend suffered because she was so riddled with anxiety to try to fit in, to do well at hockey, that she thought she had to fit in with these other girls so she could do well. And so everything else is going to suffer, and nothing is going to work out for you, okay? Nothing. So you got to try to breathe, take a cleansing breath, and just focus on what is the task right now, what is before you. One thing at a time. What is before me right now? And a lot of people have all this with anxiety, negative self-talk. And this to this girl Wyllie in the movie, she had a lot of negative self-talk. Like, oh, you're going to make another mistake. You're going to foul up. You're going to have a timeout. The coach isn't going to like you. You're not going to fit in with the popular girls. You're going to make a fool of yourself in front of, everyone in the audience watching the game. Oh, you're going to lose it for the team. You're going to be an embarrassment for the team. You're going to trip up. With all these things, these worries going around your head, how can you possibly do a good job? If I was sitting here worried, riddled with anxiety, they're not going to like this video. They're going to think that I'm wearing something off the shoulders and I look like a slut. They're going to think my hair looks like a clown. They're going to make fun of my nose being too big. They're going to think that, I have nothing, to add about anxiety, or I don't know what I'm talking about. Or they're going to think, this woman isn't a psychologist. She says she's not even a therapist. What the hell does she know about anything? Why is she even on YouTube? If I started thinking about all this stuff and worrying about all this stuff, like, what are they going to say in the comments? Are they going to say something nasty? Are they going to say I can't do videos at all? I can't talk. I'm stupid. I don't know what to do. Or if I started to have all those worries, and I wouldn't even be doing the YouTube videos. I wouldn't even have a mental health channel if I started worrying like that. And I have been insulted. When I did my karaoke, I had a friend of mine I thought was a really good friend say, you can't sing. So, if I let people like that bring me down and I start worrying, oh my God, I can't do that. She told me I can't sing. I can't ever do that again because, oh my God, see what people think of me? They think I'm terrible. They think I can't do this. I can't do that. I don't let people bring me down anymore now that I'm older, and I don't worry about people's opinions. So I worry much less about things like that. It doesn't mean I don't have worries. I do have worries. But I don't have the same worries that Wyllie did as an adolescent. Because now I'm a woman almost 60. I lived over half a century. So I don't worry who likes me, who thinks I'm shit, who thinks whatever they want to think, or who doesn't watch me, or who has negative comments about me. I don't worry about stuff like that. Oh, I don't worry that I'm not putting out a good product. I try my best. I bring my best to the plate, and I don't worry about it. I concentrate on what I have to say during my video, and whether people like it or not, I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm not letting anxiety at the control panel, It takes a lot of time. My advice to you, not to let this take over you, is to journal your feelings. Writing has helped me immensely. I mean, I can't say enough about writing. You don't have to be like, think yourself like you're not like, oh, well, you publish books. I don't know how to do that. You don't have to be like, anyone can write, okay? You don't have to be a published poet or a published author or whatever, Danielle Steele, or I don't know what you guys read. You don't have to be that to be able to write, and you don't have to share it with anyone. You can share it with your closest friends or the people you love, the people closest in your life, your partner, for instance, or your best friend, or your parents, or your siblings, whatever. Or you don't have to share it with anyone. But journaling really helps. It helps you quite a lot. And share it with what you feel comfortable with. Write down these fears. Do some self-meditation. These are just some of the ways that can help combat your anxiety. Not let anxiety take over your life. Because when anxiety takes over, it's like you have blinders on, right? Like, what happened in the movie is all the other emotions got bottled up, put in a bottle, and literally got the cap twisted on. And this is what happens when you let panic take over you. Ever have a panic attack? Can you think of anything else when you're in the middle of a panic attack? I can't. I can't think of anything else when I'm in the middle of a panic attack. It's like everything else is bottled up. All my other feelings, my love, my kindness, my joy, everything is bottled up and sealed and put away. Might as well, like one of those notes in a bottle thrown in the ocean. You know what I'm talking about? You might as well throw it in the ocean. And it's lost because in the middle of, a severe panic attack, I mean, my body is taking over, okay? My heart is beating out of my chest. My blood pressure is increasing dramatically. I feel very dizzy. I mean, try to think of anything. If I was having a panic attack now, I could not do this video because I wouldn't be able to talk. I'd lose my voice. Literally, I can lose my voice. I'd feel very dizzy and lightheaded, so I wouldn't even, I couldn't even concentrate on what the next thing I'm going to say. My face would be all beet red. I'd start sweating profusely. I would be stuttering. Like I said, I wouldn't be able to talk. I would feel like out of control. I would feel like I would have to shut it down. I'd have to turn the off switch off so the screen would go black on you, and I wouldn't be able to do anything except And when you get into that stage when anxiety has taken over, and it's taken over a lot, it hasn't recently in the recent past, but in my past, anxiety has taken over. You say to yourself, take a deep breath. I'm not going to die from anxiety. This will pass. This will pass. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. Just have some quiet time by yourself, Just have some quiet time. Give yourself a hug. Embrace yourself. Say, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. I'm not going to die over this. It's going to be all right. I'm going to be fine. So you have to, get to a better spot because before anything else can happen, once anxiety is at that control panel. Like that. Take some deep breaths. Ground yourself down. Self-soothe yourself. I think being out in nature, being out among the trees in nature and taking a deep breath. Say, I'm okay, it's all right, I'm not going to die, I'm going to get through it. That self-soothing, deep breath, self-soothing, And then you can slowly feel it calming down. And then writing and journaling and talking about it with a trusted friend. So, let me know what your thoughts are. What helps you when you're in the middle of, a panic attack? What anxiety really means for you? How does it get in the way of your life? If you want to talk about the other emotions in the movie, Inside Out 2, about boredom or embarrassment, jealousy, about the other ones, we can do that. If you want to talk about the movie, what you think about the movie, if you saw the movie, let's do that. So let's have an ongoing dialogue. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you thought about the movie. If you saw it, if you have not seen the movie, I highly recommend it. If you like the first movie, Inside Out 1, then you will sure to like Inside Out 2. Okay, until next time, you take care. Bye-bye.